I like how I went to go edit my channel, and the option it gives me is report DrewMadBro. Like, nah! What are you doing that to me for?
Yeah, right.
Enough people use that.
These motherfuckers' cars are faster than mine. Shit.
Really?
Yeah.
There we go. Alrighty. It's so bright. Alright, how's my stream looking now?
$2,900 for that.
What's up?
Level 5, dog.
Damn. You set now.
Are you playing Tyranny?
Yeah. Try that out real quick.
Name your bad guy Lord Buffington.
Lord Buffington?
Yeah. That's what Crusaders said.
Oh, did he? Son of a bitch. I'm... is it course is lagging?
Fuck. Ugh.
My character is too jacked for that. Shh, don't tell anyone. Trial of Iron, expert mode. No, I suck at games. How's the audio anyway? Trial of Iron, expert.
That's good.
Yeah, do not... My character's name is Crunk.
For over 400 years,
You cannot stop his
the armies
insatiable
of
lust
Kairos
of
the
ladies.
Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel,
I have
chained
no idea.
to the
This is
Overlord's
all...
will.
Okay, nice.
Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world, and two of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands.
Let's see who we
The
got.
elite disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spymaster and archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice:
That's like the guys from Riddick.
or die. Grave and
Join now or fall forever.
Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored. Though small in number, Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle.
It's kind of interesting.
Watching over the two generals is Tunon, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kairos' minions. Tunon brings Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's
It's like the Witcher
laws.
music.
You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the
Oh,
fate
yeah,
of
Blood
thousands would rest in your hands?
Motherfucker.
So let's see the maximum jacked option. I don't see the option for a 10-pack. In the Northern Empire where you were born, men enjoy equal protections under the law of the Overlord Kairos. In the southern lands of the Tiers, only men may own or captain ships, but real estate is restricted to women. That's weird. So women own all like the land and houses? Huh. Men may lease, but durable ownership of the land of Tiers always passes to the eldest daughter or sister. Most sons enter their father's profession by their mid-teens. Those without a profession or family lands to work can find purpose by pledging service to one of the Overlord's mighty Archons. Criminals, derelicts, and others are often conscripted into the armies of the Archons. If a child cannot forge his own skein... Wonder what... Is skein real? Yeah, this game's only PC only. I think that's what you meant. Do you like the Horde one? He will certainly find one in battle. I was hoping, because I was holding out, like, Pillars of Eternity went on Xbox. This one's not. That's why I was like, finally was like, alright, screw it, I'm just gonna buy it. I would go this route, but I feel like you'll get like the bad surprise of Una Chica. Again. Could, it looks like a chick. These are all the chicks, huh? Let's gonna do that. I'll be angry.
Got it. I'm injured, tired. Let's rest. Right.
People like doing races, I guess.
Heads up, we have company.
This is too much. Yo, just the massive horde stuff, like the unstoppable army.
Work.
That looks like an afro. Yeah, screw it. Let's go with that.
Oh shit. Fuck.
Probably just go with that. Alright. Yeah, I mean, it's got a decent customization. So we look at how'd you join Kairos' army. Let's see. Today you are a Fatebinder, agent of the Archon of Justice. You are by no means free, but as a warrior scholar, deputized with discretionary powers to interpret and execute the laws of the Overlord Kairos. You are freer than most. One does not apply to be a Fatebinder. One is called by Tunon, the Archon of Justice, and to decline his death. Huh. Well, that's a nice job offer. Millions of men and women live in the dozens of realms ruled out by the Overlord. How did you stand out amongst this teeming mass of desperation and insignificance and gain the Archon's notice? Pit fighter, hunter, guild apprentice, noble, scion, soldier, lawbreaker, war mage, or diplomat. What would you go with? I'm gonna look at noble scion real quick. Born to noble parents, you were groomed for leadership. Your youth spent on letters, history, rhetoric, and other matters of culture or statecraft. Though you had wealth and creature comforts, you were expected to grow up quickly and bear the honor of shepherding others through prosperity and war. When your parents came under the accusation of sedition, you were sent to the court of Tunon, Archon of Justice, to defend your family's actions. Your parents were found guilty. Their sentence, the dissolution of the treasonous estate. Ugh. Eloquently pleading your own ignorance and your family's actions, you negotiate the most important deal yet. Immunity from the crimes of your family for the simplest cost of swearing fealty to the Archon himself. Despite the unwilling induction, your education and savvy made you valuable addition to the Archon's cadre of enforcers, and so long you remain in good standing, your family just might be allowed to live. Pitfire sounds cool. Now wishing to pay to feed your feed and house to the madam that purchased your mother, sold you the proving grounds in Northern Empire's bloodiest, most notorious fighting arena. Given only enough training to assure the show isn't over too soon, your natural prowess and survival instinct led you to one victory after another. There's no elegant swordplay, no formalized duels, just brutal melee with a stench of blood, shit, and bronze each day's gruesome necessities. It is said that any fighter that slays a dozen other fighters in the grand melee is given her freedoms, but in 300 years, only 3 warriors have ever walked away from the proving grounds. When the closing horn sounded and 13 corpses lay about your feet, you became the fourth to be granted freedom to thunderous applause. It's almost like the Spartacus story. But this autonomy was short-lived. Within days of your accomplishment, made its way to the Archon of Justice. Let's see. Could be a lawbreaker, a war mage, diplomat, huh? Though they would never tell you why Kairos bestowed great wealth upon your family for some unmentioned service, and your parents used this wealth to have you raised far from home. Your childhood was a nomadic tour of terrorists with hired tutors and fleeting friendships. Where others had stability in this and routine, you had a worldly and varied education. A careless word in a far-flung city landed you in the legal trouble, and were taken before Tunon, the educator, and made to stand trial. Not only did you plead your innocence, but you turned the accusation on the accuser for wasting the court's time, and the Archon of Justice concurred. Amused by your wit, wisdom, and adaptability, Tunon claimed you as his newest enforcer. That's kind of cool. Basically, just turn it against him. Probably try that, huh? It's kind of like the Dragon story. I'm gonna do that one.
What? Tyranny?
What, Tyranny?
No. I've seen it if I have.
I'm gonna try that just for the hell of it. Dual wielding. I'll choose an ability slice, flurry of blows. Now for the banner. I like that combo better. Too close to a swastika. Let's see what's a good symbol. Kind of like that one. Okay. Let's resolve.
Damn, dog. You got like 5 viewers.
Oh, really? I don't even have a count. Because Shadow Play shows you the counts. Quickness. Kind of like having the wits and all that stuff. I'll do quickness, actually. Okay.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Let's see. 20 skills. Control atrophy. Just do a even 30. Dual wield. 34. Magic staff. I mean, honestly. 38. Do the 26 and then. Oh, whoops. Nope. I didn't even realize the stuff on the right. Let's see. That's probably good. Probably read this a little bit more. Traverse, terrain, yeah. Lore. Always like having a high lore. It's actually kind of cool. So if you look at it, you see dual wield, you get the finesse, you get the bonus and everything too. Same with the magic staff. Control atrophy. But like you look at support skills, lore is high because I have a noble science, so I got +2 because of that. I got +5 because of atrophy, plus with resolve, all that stuff. So I guess you could really make something really in depth. Dual wield expertise. Huh. Conquest. Let's see. No, Conquest. I hope I can click Conquest.
All the world has fallen to Kairos, and now the Overlord's eye is on the Tears, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. 2 armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior. In the early days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tearsmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tears sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors, until it's too late.
During the conquest, you will decide your character's action during Kairos' invasion of the Tears, shaping the world in which you adventure through the course of the game. Each choice you make affects your character and how major factions of the Tears respond to you. Your decisions matter. Choose wisely. Well, that's nice when you just start the game. Every choice you make will affect you for the rest of your life. It's like, alright. No, I didn't pause. The Bastard City. The Bastard City stood on the northern border between Kairos Empire and the Tears, built upon a natural harbor at the crossroads between the realms. The city was a nexus of commerce. To the Tears, it was the center of all wealth. To a northerner, it was little more than a backwater trading post. Its symbolic status as a gateway to the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' armies. Taking the city would send a message to the rest of the Tears. Kairos' will is insurmountable. Select a token on the map to begin. Gates of Judgment. The armies of Kairos took the battle to the Gates of Judgment, trumpeting the opening call of the Conquest Tears.
Oh, shit, dude.
The 2 armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, brought their distinctive sense of order and chaos to the assault. You went to battle alongside the army whose approach was best suited to your strength. Or infiltrate the Tears. History remember the Gates of Judgment is the first battle of the Conquest, with the real combat unfolding with the advanced units of both armies preparing for the coming war. The Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus each had planned to infiltrate the capital city. Which army did you join? You lent your skills to the elite Disfavored scouts to capture a border garrison. Graven Ash insisted that an early victory in the offensive would boost the morale of his troops and diminish the haughty overconfidence of the Southerners. You joined the Scarlet Chorus as they raided villages and small towns, conscripting every able-bodied man and woman into the army. The voice of Narat emphasized the rewards of conscription and enslavement over wanton bloodshed. Apparently the soldiers needed the reminder. I say infiltrate the Tears. Let's take it. The howling mobs of the Scarlet Chorus found easy pickings among the villagers and frontier towns. Rallying an experienced gang under your control, you flood the unprotected settlements with a deluge of bloodthirsty soldiers. Rounding up the innocent for merciless rites of conscription, the young and infirm alike receive makeshift weapons, and examples are made of all who challenge your forces. Bolstered with fresh recruits, your army gathers strength for the invasion to come. Jeez, what are you, Russia? Let's see. The Bastard City resident fire mages threatened the first leg of the conquest. Kairos forced to put a stop to their unchecked power, or you found an ally within the city. Prepare for the way of approaching armies.
Fuck me.
You lured the hothead mages in an ambush where Legion disfavored way to spring the trek. The soldiers were hungry for a chance to subdue the arcane branch of Tyr's resistance. I say capture them. The mages took their more dangerous research outside the city of the Bastard Walls. You sent a scout to sabotage the delicate ritual, which caused an explosion that injured or killed many senior practitioners. Enraged survivors expended themselves on a chase throughout the surrounding hills where the disfavored surrounded them and brought them to heal. The few that survived the attack were conscripted by the Scarlet Chorus. Nice. Your tactics of infiltration placed you in the Bastard City ahead of the main armies. Your work softened the city defenses for the arrival of Kairos forces, but you wanted a decisive gesture that would give your allies meaningful advantage. How did you assist in the fall of the Bastard City? Duel the city marshal, spread fear through assassination, incite a riot. It's kind of cool. You actually get an ability depending on which one you choose. Concealing shadows. Kind of like this one. You challenge the commander of the Bastard City's defenses to an honorable fight to the death. Disfavored wish to spare the soldier lives for the battles of head and civilian lives for occupation. That makes sense. The city marshal was an old but experienced fighter, and his value to the guard was an accepted truth. After making guarantees for your protection, you met him in the square of the market district and fought him in the view of tense onlookers. The battle drew on longer than you thought possible. Good fortune struck you when an ornamental chain hanging from the marshal's armor snagged the quillion of his sword, granting the opportunity to end his life swiftly. Kairos forces celebrated your return to camp, and the disillusion of enemy morale. All agreed the Bastard City was poised to crumble. Nice. The Bastard City settled into a new state of normalcy, with every tower displaying Kairos banner. Your name was whispered alongside the rumors of a decorated career to come. The armies divided into two fronts and migrated south. Tunon sent word that you were to join the next frontier in Kairos conquest, either as a judge and overseer of the settlement of Leyland's Crossing, or as a war advisor of the armies advancing into the realm of Apex. I mean, I say continue the war. Two years of conquest. The mountain nation of Apex, ruled for generations by the queens of House Vendrian, stood at the heart of the tiers. No army could bypass the landlocked realm without leaving their flank exposed to attack. By the second year of war, the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus had pushed deep into the tiers. Elements of both armies were dispatched to conquer Apex. Tunon assigned you to accompany them, tasked with bringing Kairos law to the territory as well as keeping an eye on both armies. Let's see. Let's see what we should go with. We have the Battle of Edging Pass or Denial of Strength. Let's see. The disfavored sent their most destructive ally to crush Edgering Fort. Karen Archon of Stone buried the stronghold under an avalanche of triggered from the surrounding mountains. The Scarlet Chorus were promised captured enemies for recruitment, yet none survived the onslaught. The Chorus demanded compensation. It's kind of a hard one. You upheld the Scarlet Chorus claim and demand the youngest disfavored scouts just join. Scarlet Chorus claims were insignificant compared to the lossless victory. You congratulate disfavored and encourage the Scarlet Chorus to better the value of their soldiers' lives. The suggestion the gang bosses took worse than the original offense. Vowing to remember this, and Slight Army returned to camp to skulk, if not lick their wounds. That's weird. The Marriage Bed Armistice? Swords of the Fallen. The enemy readied for a peacetime festival as Kairos forces armed for battle. Disfavored paid no mind to the southern custom and planned to attack the Vendrian forces during their annual celebration. The Scarlet Course insisted on a day of nonviolence. As former cheersmen, many could grasp the deficiency of a temporary reprieve. You sat with the disfavored commander and paid no homage to this bygone custom, interrupting a cultural pastime and slaughtering your way through non-combatants. You offered the locals the last feast, sending a few Scarlet Chorus agents into the mix with good faith. The army hoped that the gesture would foster an air of partnership for the occupation to come. Probably go with that one. The festivities went off as expected, and the Scarlet Chorus recruits you sent to enjoy themselves reported little animosity among revelers. The disfavored protested your ruling as too merciful and waged an all-night training drills to combat the sound of celebration with the anthem of swords and shields. You sent forces to attack the following day, a battle in which the disfavored recused themselves out of protest. Okay. With the defeat of Apex inevitability, the armies of Kairos met to discuss how to put an end to the stage of the conquest. Both armies agreed to send an offer of parley along with their acceptance. An enemy requested you appear at the meeting. Word of your fair dealings had apparently spread to their ranks. How did you orchestrate the surrender of Realm of Apex? Through days of mediation, you negotiated the surrender of the Valley of Kairos forces, putting an end to the further bloodshed. Taunting the Queen of Apex, striking you under a banner of truce, you bade the Queen into a duel and slew her, frightening her vassals into submission. I'll leave that one. The Scarlet Chorus urged you to show the Overlord's strength by any means necessary. During peace talks, a well-placed insult goaded the Queen of Apex into striking you. You responded to the slight by challenging her a duel. Though the Queen was skilled in battle, your field experience outmatched her court training. As her body lay cooling on the ground, you demanded that her followers kneel before you into the Overlord's banner. Unable to rise above the fear of the moment, the remaining leaders capitulated, surrendering the valley to Kairos forces. Nice. The land of Apex finally rested in the hands of Kairos forces. The Scarlet Chorus paused to revel in victory, while the disfavored prepared for the next fight, affording themselves but an evening's rest. Kairos' army radiated from the conquered citadel and worked their way across the tiers. The disfavored and Scarlet Chorus aimed to dominate as much territory as possible in the coming year. Your distinguished reputation in Kairos military left the choice to make your next decision of yours to make.
Fucking douche.
Damn, you got hard. I say the Vellum Citadel.
Dude knocked me off the track. Pissed me off. Yeah, this is my last race. I'm done.
Got angry with it?
A little bit.
What happens? The Vellum Citadel was an archive and library of massive scale. Its inhabitants were known as a school of ink and quill, a circle of mages that centuries ago carved out their own mountainous refuge on lands unsettled by other major realms. Legend said that the Citadel housed a treasure trove of arcane knowledge. The Overlord spies infiltrated the school and confirmed as much. The time was ripe to send a detachment to the great library fortress and force the scholars to yield Kairos.
Passed that dude at the last second, though.
The detachment of Kairos' army marched on the Vellum Citadel, expecting an orderly surrender. As they neared the main gates, the blast of arcane energy struck the commanders dead. Sending the highest-ranking officer alive, Kairos forces looked to you for the next steps. The call weighed on your mind as it had immediate influence on soldiers' losses. The disfavored were quick to follow your command and formed unbreakable phalanx that gave the unarmored Scarlet Course horde a chance to escape. Only once they returned home to camp did the singed and maimed disfavored take issues with their orders. As far as they were concerned, the Scarlet Course should have been taking care of themselves if they weren't equal to the challenge of defending their brethren. Then they had no place in this conquest. Let's see. The disfavored learned of a hidden enemy enclave that sent scouts to locate it. They never returned from their mission. The remaining disfavored soldiers demanded that you send the Scarlet Course and retrieve their scouts, but the Scarlet Course flatly refused to fall in the same trap. They recommend that the scouts be treated as wartime casualties. The Scarlet Course were bitter at having the time wasted in search of lost soldiers. Grandstanding before their rivals in disfavor was an opportunity too delicious to ignore. Tracking the Legion yielded them sight of the ambush where Spellsling and mages had the last of the disfavored scouts pinned down. After launching a successful counterattack, the Course escorted the shaken and humiliated disfavored scouts back to camp. Edicts of Fire. Food and morale dwindled as the siege party realized the enemy would win this war of attrition. Tunon sent word that Cairo's patient had run thin. The Overlord would cast an edict of fire on the enemy. The parchment arrived in a slender case of engraved iron, written on it the words of a spell powerful enough to destroy the Vellum Citadel. You had the choice of when to read the edict. Read it at sunrise would offer your enemies no warning of devastation to come. You could also wait till sunset, giving them ample time to flee or make amends. Claiming they still had spies within the Citadel, the Scarlet Course urged you to warn the mages of the Overlord's edict. Granting their request, you met with the enemy under a blue flag of peace and warned them of their doom, giving the Course spies and the enemy a chance to run. Opting to give the enemy no quarter, you proclaimed the Edict of Fire at the first moments of dawn, granting the enemy no warning of destruction to come. Though the Course insisted your actions doomed their spies, the disfavored applaud your decision. Probably go with the Chorus. You know, if you're gonna subjugate the people, might as well be allies. You confirmed the mages with the warning and hoped the message was received. The hour before sunset, numerous figures were spotted fleeing the Citadel. As the sun dipped under the horizon, you read the words of the edict. The earth shook and the red-orange light glowed in the foundation of the sprawling Citadel. Bubbling up from under the library, a torrent of lava heaved with explosive force, gushing from the windows and between loose bricks, melting winding trenches in the surrounding land. Days later, the flames still raged on. The conflagration continually fed and renewed by the power of the edict. Well, that place fell. Like, yeah, just blow it up. The armies of Kairos left the devastation of the Vellum Citadel in silence. From that day forward, the Tears came to know the once noble Citadel as the Burning Library. This was undisputed loss of resources, knowledge, culture, and life, but the message had been sent. The Overlord will not tolerate defiance. You didn't have long to rest before Tunon called you into service once more. You were the last to depart from their mountains as you journeyed off. You spotted a few campfires in the mountains. There were more specks dwarfed by the inferno and last gasps of survivors, or perhaps lured from Kairos' armies, bored and daring enough to pick through the ashes.
Alright, dog. I'm done for the night.
You get upset?
Yeah. Well, not really. I'm tired of shit.
You can fall asleep with the stream.
Yeah. Alright. I'm getting off Discord.
Alright, just shoot me the chat on Twitch then, because I'm looking at that. That's why you always see me turn my head.
Yeah, I'm watching it. So.
Yeah. You can just message me on that so I can see it.
Alright, dog.
Alright, I'll see you.
Later.
Oh, I forgot to ask, what level did you finish at in online?
The year is 431, and Kairos' invasion has shattered all major opposition in the tiers. The Younger Realms, the Bastard Tier, the Free Cities. All who defied Kairos lay broken by battle, or bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands. But our will is not yet extinguished. Not entirely. In the Valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kairos have banded together in defiance. Violating an oath of surrender from 2 years prior, we have staged a bloody uprising. murdering the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault. With their main forces spread across the tiers, the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance. But months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time and wait for our message of insurrection to spread across the tiers.
What level did you finish off at with GTA then?
The Overlord is not amused, and Kairos has one message for the Archons: crush the Oathbreakers or die. Kairos backs this threat with an edict, a magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored. The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you. Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, you carry the Overlord's edict to
Yeah,
read
we just gotta get to
before
like
the
20, then we can
Archons.
start like running our own missions, and I just gotta get money to do the heist, you know?
As you finally make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kairos' magic seals the way behind you.
Damn.
You are trapped in Vendrian's Well, with Kairos' armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
Anyway. Oh yeah, it's kind of easy to make money. You just gotta play a lot, you know. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. Yeah, basically just grind on that money. This your first, watch the windows? Okay, got it. The Overlord be praised. When I heard the avalanche, I feared the valley was sealed with you on the other side. The disfavored warrior claps her gauntlet to her breastplate, the traditional salute of her legion. You've gained favor with the disfavored. Oh, got it. Your senses are more than mine, good fate bender. I do not pretend to know much about such things, but as if this was Kairos magic and you're here on important business. Well, you don't have to be the Archon of Secrets to guess you're here to proclaim an edict. What does Kairos have in store for the enemy? 10 years of festering plague and edict of twisted bones? The edict is leveled against us? The Scarlet Course prevents us from taking action. Why would the Overlord punish both of the... She clears her throat with a sigh. Forgive me, it was not my place to question. We should have conquered the enemy within a week of arriving in the valley. The delay reflects poorly on all of us. Yes, there has been indeed been little goodwill between our armies, and you are right. When we act as we do, what choice do we give the Overlord? She takes a deep breath, nodding as she exhales. You are right, I should not cast no blame too freely, especially not when talking to a servant of justice. My apologies. Well, you've traveled a long way. I won't keep you further. I'm sure the Archons will want to hear from you at... Her voice falls silent, her attention snapping eastward with alarm. Did you hear that? More runners, this time, third time this week. The Oathbreakers keep trying to send messengers through the mountains and gather help from outside the valley. She points over the collapsed path by which you arrived. They're a bit late for that right now. Come on, let's show these Oathbreakers a good fight. Oh, nice. Time to fight. Tyranny uses pausable real-time combat system because you'll often manage more than one character at a time. It's a good idea to pause the game and issue orders resume real time to set the orders play out. Well, I think we've all played a lot of games just like that. The options menu also contains many choices for automatic pausing with certain conditions are met, e.g. the start of combat, press spacebar to pause and pause the game. That's easy. Your character can always perform basic attacks using their equipped weapon or their fist when fighting unarmed. Characters also have special abilities and spells they can use in combat. When a character is selected, the ability bar displays their hotkeyed abilities as new ability spells are gained. They are automatically added to the ability bar. All of your character's abilities and spells can be accessed by selecting the category icon at the bottom of the selected frames. Abilities are grouped talent spells, combos, artifact abilities, reputation abilities, and stances category for weapon sets and quick items to follow. To use an ability, left-click on the ability icon, press the hotkey corresponding to this location in the ability bar. Your cursor will change to indicate whether your mouse is over a valid target of the ability. Alright. I think we all get the gist of this. Right? Let's see. Friend and foe have 5 defensive attack, parry, dodge, and turns in the Well of Magic. These defenses are based on characters' attributes. Characters exercise based on skill to determine how likely the attack will hit. Let's see. There are 4 possible results: any attack hit, critical hit, graze, and miss. A critical hit increases your damage, while a graze reduces it. With each attack, you gain experience with the weapon you use to make the attack. Even a miss will grant some experience. I gotta get this out real quick. Done. Alright, let's try Flurry of Blows. Left click there. Oops. Where's Respite? Just try the Touch of Atrophy. Let's see how that magic works for this.
Right.
Thrust. Nice. 6 categories of talent points available. Your character, leadership, defense, power, agility, range of magic. Probably shouldn't have done a split class. I should have just done like one combat class. These type of games, I always just be like, yep, take all. Oh, I thought that was one of my allies at first too. I was like, oh crap, never mind, that worked.
Will do. Trouble's afoot.
Nice.
Will do. Right.
Thrust seems pretty damn powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Die, dude.
Will do.
Okay.
I got it. Right.
There we go. I wonder if my choices before is why I see like all these Dishonored soldiers, because I remember doing like a real quick playthrough, like I was just messing around with it, and I saw the opposite. I saw the Scarlet guys or whatever. Don't bother with me, go down the path, Drastus. My name's not Drastus. Hope he wasn't talking to me. That's weird. The soldier clusters his gut and winces. You can see a hint of entrails between his fingers. You go and help the others. Raven of Ash protects, huh? There's a lot of lore behind this one. Scarlet
Try
Course
and
people.
catch me, worm. Harbinger. Still standing after 3 years of war.
Get
To
him.
battle!
I'll spill your guts.
I got it.
I'm playing. Sorry.
Right. On it. Will do.
Five piercing. Nice. Defeat the remaining rebels in camp.
I can tell you didn't spend the conquest in a diplomat's tent. Though you did a fair amount of feasting in the second year of the conquest, as I recall. A few of my mates and I caroused with this.
That's one of those
apex
choices made
scum
earlier.
Thanks to your good faith gesture. A pity this lot won't be around to remember the good old days. I'm Verse, by the way. But there are more important things to take care of than introductions. Those Vendrian guard we killed didn't. Eager! I like that. Before we go, you might search among the remains of our fallen comrades.
Just so you know, Micah,
Wherever
you
they're
should be
bound, I
a
doubt
mod
they'll
in here
use their
too.
boots, much less any rings or any useful iron they might be clutching. No reason to pity the fallen. Before long, we might wish we'd joined them here. But at least we'll enjoy. For the voices of Narat!
Will do.
Oh, nice. At least, where the hell am I going? Oh, down here. At least, like, when you loot, it loots everything, so you don't have to be like, click, click, click. Anything? Ooh. Bastards. Queen Slayer. I've long dreamed of laying claim to your skull. So nice you present yourself. Reinforcements, hurry. Oh, nice. Scarlet Course is here too. Run down the Oathbreakers. Hold the position, all of you. You there. Keep the path. No, do not engage them. We need to run. Yeah, I can stream Elder Scrolls Legends, so I was going to do this for a while, then probably do a bunch of Legends, so that way, when you watch the stream, the nice thing is, you'll actually get, what do you call it, free packs.
I will break you. On it.
I just really want to try this game out. I've been here, you know. It got really high reviews too. It's an Obsidian game, so same guys who did New Vegas and all that stuff.
I got it.
Damn, I'm taking some damage. Oh, nice. You actually get like combo attacks too, so watch this. It's just combo attack. Knock him down and do whatever you do here. Pretty cool. I'll probably, after I get through like this first actish, I'll probably go on Legends real quick, just try and make a deck.
Right.
Let's see. What are you doing? You draw attention to me.
Can't do that.
Screw off, dude. Uh-oh. Stow your weapons, or we find out how long a man screams before hitting the ravine down below. Corner between a precipitous. This one's really gonna increase the vocabulary. Drop in a band of angry soldiers. The Oathbreaker warrior holds his favorite officer at knife point. Skewer him. No worry, not for me. Graven Ash will protect. This favorite officer winces, blood seeping from the seams of his bracers and cuirass. You heard the man. He plainly invited you to use that little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission from your pimp? This blade. Yeah. You the Queenslayer? Nice. His glorious charge ends somewhat abruptly as his favorite soldiers step in, weapons out, and butcher Teriel. Nice. Yeah, try and kill the Queenslayer. Student leather, so Cheer should be able to make out sense of this. Well, from the look of it, we keep them from slipping out of the valley. Whatever they hope to accomplish, I think their plan died here. The Archons are expecting you. When you're ready, leave by the gate to the southeast and follow the trails downslope for a few hours. You'll reach the campfires leagues away. Can't miss it. Nice. What do you mean 3? 3 what? I'm gonna loot this guy.
Will do.
You can't control them. You can't send the conscripts out on patrol and they never return, defeating all over again. I can't let this nonsense strategy continue. I say more soldiers for the fold. Damn. As you were. I just wanted to run through that one real quick, just because. Let's see, talk to this guy real quick. No.
Right.
Where's verse? I wonder if there's like an auto follow option. Let me see real quick. Stealth toggle, select all party members. Probably just, I'm gonna try that real quick. I don't know where the hell I should be going. Semi-lost here. Oh, I see. Maybe the rope. Just kind of, just because if you, nice. Just because you get like that stuff. Remember, you can always clip things or pause them if I'm going too fast.
Can't do that.
Like, yep, free experience. It's always worth free XP.
Found something.
That's kind of cool. Potion of invisibility. Nice. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Little jerk. Gotta be this way. Aurora.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Where the hell am I supposed to go now? Any idea? Huh. Siren. When combat starts, Siren will begin singing one of her songs. Each of, it's kind of hard. Alright. Oh. Any idea where I should go right now? It's kind of confusing.
Can't do that.
This is weird. Thinking. How do I get to the camp? Oh, that's kind of cool. You can create spells and stuff too. It's very cool, actually.
Sorry, I can't.
Yeah, I don't need to create a spell though. Journal, talents, character sheet, inventory. Jerd. Nice sense of blood's probably a good one. This is rough. Where to go?
You got it.
Oh, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. It's kind of hard to see. I'm looking at everything. I'm like, the hell? You know? Thank God games can speed things up. Let's talk to them. I lost favorite to disfavored? God, it's so hard. Athletic seems like just be a dick. I saved him. Yeah, it looks like versus your first companion. I don't know if it changes at all. I think I can't remember. I thought companions could die forever. Like the game was kind of hardcore. Zero in the source where I can't help feel out here and half the story, so let's have it out. What's so special about you? Damn, I wish I'd hire subterfuge. Huh. Damn, you get fear, you get confidence, all that stuff. I thought it was like a hidden item or something. Actually, character. Yay, level up. Nice. It's kind of just worth it having that. Oh, that's kind of nice. Could always use a silence. Or magic range, agility. Just do that. Yeah, give me them items. Fatebinder Drew, I presume. I am Bitter Quip. I am here as the emissary of the Scarlet Course. Yay. How'd you come to join? Always feel free to pause if I'm going through things quickly. I read fast, so if I'm not reading them, I'm just real quick. Just making my rounds. Making my rounds downtown.
Sorry, I can't.
Oh. I guess I go to Ash's Temple. I need to make sure I keep selecting all when I do the party. Ew, these guys look really weird.
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tearsmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
That's weird.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
I gained some favor.
Ah, the fire
Boss
starter has
favor?
arrived. Welcome, welcome. Our agents tell us that.
My soldiers tell me you helped Commander Drotus on your way through Eddring. You honor the court with your selfless cooperation, for that is the sort of camaraderie that Kairos demands of us all. Modesty is your prerogative, but know that cooperation and goodwill have been rarities of late. You do your Lord Tunon a great honor by aiding your cousins in the disfavored.
No, don't mind us while you trade your gushing praise. We're sure the Fatebinder has come because our company lacks in...
It seemed only yesterday you were proving your worth in battle, assisting my warriors in the siege of the bastard
Damn,
city.
they're loving me. Or this
Now
guy is, at
Kairos
least.
has chosen you for a second time to proclaim an edict. Tell us, good Fatebinder, what sort of punishment does the Overlord have in store for the Oathbreakers?
Let's see. Which choice should I make here? Yeah, right? Red guy's a little crass. They're also, if you figure about it, if you think about it, the red ones are basically conscript everyone. We're a massive horde. We're just gonna win by power by numbers. So that's gonna kind of happen in a big group like that. You have a bunch of people instead of like these trained, and individuals, professional soldiers. They just were conscripted. They're slaves, and I was like, yeah, fuck everyone. Let's see. God, this guy hates me. Yeah, it 2 is a good choice.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Mitanni. We lose everything if we stand still, and we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time, so we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
So you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
I second the Fatebinder. Thought you had the memories of one of those
This guy hates
Oathbreakers
me.
rattling about that bronze gourd of yours. Would Kairos' mighty spy master please enlighten this gathering of allies with some scrap of strategic insight?
The Archon of Secrets turns his head to the side until the face of his mask is turned around and a new facet of the mask presents itself as facing forward. When the next Archon speaks, the trembling voice of a younger man can be heard.
Our river was to be the bulwark, but with the tidecasters slain, what hope remains? It's so cold in here. Help me, please.
Our sources tell us the Oathbreakers had some sort of magical trick in store. But this knowledge is tinged with fear, trepidation. If we make a move for the Mitanni, we suspect the Oathbreakers will mount a counterattack that is equal parts valiant and futile. Good ear, young Fatebinder. When the Vendrian guards surrendered, Mitanni Yanev had the audacity to demand an audience. Being the gracious Archon we are, we obliged. What the good captain knew, we now know.
Probably 2. Wonder what Wrath means. Are they gonna backstab me in the end?
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Thus, we command you to
I feel like I'm
continue
gonna get
guarding the
screwed over
Fatebinder.
here. I don't trust this
Tunon's
guy.
chosen is our
He might
honored
fuck me.
guest,
I feel like someone's
and
gonna
must
fuck
be
me
shown
over.
our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. He'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as he doesn't.
Don't you gonna get the feeling I'm gonna get screwed over?
Fine.
Someone's gonna be like, nah, you gonna die.
And his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narot is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. Queenslayer, I would ask that you join us in battle. If
Queenslayer
only
just
for the
doesn't sound as good as
satisfaction of
Kingslayer,
your
let's be
presence
honest.
Raging the enemy. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel. I ask myself that question often. While we take the river crossing, the Scarlet Chorus should be
I like
using
his
their
little,
sizable presence to remove
thumbnail
the Oathbreaker
face or
patrols
portrait right
lurking
here.
in the Outer Valley.
It's kind of funny when you read that. You've gained favored with the disfavored. Oh, I do have enough subterfuge. Nice. Give me that loot. Nice thing is it shows you on the mini map where like loot is, so like you're not gonna miss things. Because that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like Dragon Age, the problem with that one was I'm literally sitting there clicking the left thumbstick because you don't want to miss anything. Like, you know, there's secrets, there's like, you know, the little side missions, all that stuff. So I would just click everything like crazy. It's kind of nice when games have, like, you know, they make it simpler. Like, you still have to go out and find your loot, but at the same time, you can get the loot. Like, you're not going to miss it for being careless. Or you just start getting tired of things.
That wasn't so hard.
8 days till Kairos stays the sword, huh? Might as well talk to everyone. Guess you don't have one here. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can actually train things. Let's see. Alright. Just
Can't
waste
do
all my
that.
money in training, because why the hell not? I guess. Usually early money is easy money. Hopefully it's not one of those games like, dumbass, you should have saved all your money. Tell you exactly what happened, how they were defeated, but we lost the whole assault team. We found bodies washing up in the river for days. It's not too often the Tearsmen put up such a good fight. It certainly made us reevaluate the number. We'll need to take this valley. Damn. No one gave me a suit of armor I could hide behind. No one issued me a sword and a measure of authority. I took everything that I have and I fight every day to keep it. Fucking northern swine. She's pretty savage.
Fatebinder. The Iron Marshal has likewise good binder.
Guess that's my new guy.
Eric, is that you under there? I had no idea you were in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder, do you know this walking anchor? No. Oh, that is to say, yes. I'm already as familiar with this ironclad halfwit as I care to be.
We don't have time to trade jabs today, Verse. After the siege, you can throw as many tantrums as you please. I suggest that we remain focused on the mission.
No offense to the mission, but seeing you looking like a garbage heap and reeking of a mass grave is more amusing by far. Did you forget how to don your armor, or did Graven Ash leave you out in the rain?
That can change.
Forget the Fallen. I know a great brothel in Lethian's Crossing where we can watch something rise, then fall, then rise again.
She's a little crass, in my opinion.
Better to work with the Honorable Binder than some chorus children.
Barrack, you've been without a cohort since last battle of Star Wars. It's time we give you a task. You're more than worthy in hauling wagons and leading training drills. Ashley assigned you to the Fatebinder service. You assume this task is ongoing until we find a more permanent spot for you, which could very well mean swiftly approaching end of this war, or when the Fatebinder dismisses you. Is that understood? I guess those decisions did matter a lot. Give me them weapons. Oops, sorry. I had something pop up. At least Khajiit doesn't have wares. Or is it Khajiit has coins if this one has wares?
Can't do that.
Oh, there we go.
It's all in the reflexes.
Nice. Guess it's one of those games that like rewards you for getting a lot of shit done though. I stop at the Scarlet Course camp. It is just a lot like Dragon Age though. Like you do the travel and everything too, and it's like, oh, random encounter. Which I do like actually. I thought that was kind of cool.
That's far enough, Fatebinder. Tunon sends us the Queenslayer. The old judge has a sense of humor, I'll give him that. In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal. As is our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners. We know this isn't Kairos's way, but we must have hope. A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live. If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release. Then if we see him again, it will have to be as enemies. If I may make one more inquiry, What of Palox Tyrell? Did he survive? My apologies, Fatebinder. I had no expectations that our friends could be saved, as I'm sure the time for swapping prisoners is long gone. But at least I know of what became of them. That'll have to be enough. Then all that remains is for me to thank you for hearing me out. In accordance with our ancient customs north and south, let
Kill
us
'em all.
part
No.
with peaceful accord.
Drew, word has reached. Word has reached. Just looking at this right here too. Oh, tune on. Yeah, the favor and the wrath. Word has reached the court that you have issued the Overlord's edict to the Archon's War of Secrets. Know that we understand fully the weight of this burden and appreciate the loyalty you've shown in this declaration. Provided you will survive the span, your service will be duly recognized. As you navigate the idiosyncrasies and mutual antipathy of the Overlord's War Masters, remember Kairos watches all with interest. Those who distinguish themselves, whether Fatebinder or Archon, have the opportunity to rise in the Overlord's esteem. Even now, the Northern Courts whisper that the more successful of the two Archons will be granted rule over the whole peninsula. Similarly, your fortunes rest upon the decisions you make. Choose wisely. Archon Tuna. Allow me to express my deep appreciation for this opportunity. Few in the Empire have the honor of treating the Archons. God, it reminds me of being fucking corporate and like writing emails with the Archons, and fewer of reading the empowered words of the Overlord. I endeavor always to emulate your exemplary foresight and judgment. I remain in all things your faithful servant, Fatebinder Drew. Yeah, I got an achievement for that.
Sorry, I can't. Interesting. Can't do that. Sorry,
There it is.
I can't.
See, there were things there. Let's see here.
Sorry, I can't.
Apparently not. Whatever. Huh. Nice. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'll pause here, probably do the video here, and then we can basically keep going on. Probably do a little bit more Stellaris before I go to bed. I guess you don't even name your saves, there's no point. Cool.